Year in, year out, the CEO conference in Ghana has become the go-to place for the conversations that are required to make everybody push in their respective corners to make the wheels of our nation run.
Distinguished CEOs and captains of industry, I am very happy that once again we have met tonight to network, to share ideas, to learn, and to inspire ourselves. The theme for tonight is the cost of living crisis. We all know what is happening. How is inflation turning our businesses around? It is also the basis why we had to go to the former president of Ghana to come and share alternative strategies with us. Originally, when we set up this network, the focus was to network among ourselves and help our businesses to grow. But in the recent past, some members have made strong cases for us to go into policy. On that note, I want to welcome you all and assure you that we're going to have a great time. Thank you very much.
A cost of living crisis. What does inflation mean for the Ghanaian businesses? Small businesses are more vulnerable in terms of such downturns because they could not borrow, they've lost capital. It reduces the purchasing power of the consumer, very detrimental to business owners as well. When the value of your money, 40%, if you are holding 100 cedis in January, now is worth above 60 cedis. You have lost so much in terms of revenue. What can we do as business? I think that is where we are interested in. What can we do? You can buy ahead of time or buy in bulk if you have the resources. You have stocked enough, of course, with proper stock control so that you don't lock your capital. Diversify your entire supply chain. Try other sources. Don't rely on one source. Diversify and see if you can get better and cheaper options. Reduce your expenditure. Reduce spending. There are certain things that they are not necessary. Cut them off. Cost of living, of course, is gone very high compared to previous periods. It's higher in Ghana than you find in other countries. But I think if we all do the right things as businessmen, we'll be able to come out of the woods.
Talk about the theme for tonight and say that it could not have been more appropriate to focus on the prevailing cost of living crisis that is devastating Ghanaian households and businesses. Networking among captains of industry is important for individual companies to share new ideas, knowledge and experience, explore business opportunities and partnerships, and build goodwill among CEOs. And that is why the job that the CEO Chief Executives Network is doing is important. It's also beneficial for the economy as a whole through innovation to open up new economic frontiers. The CEO Network Ghana therefore deserves commendation for sustaining these interactions over the past several years. Our macroeconomic situation, as you are all very much aware, is quite dire. The toxic cocktail of surging inflation, steep exchange rate depreciation, elevated borrowing costs, high taxes, and frequent addition of new handles, increasing energy and utility prices are all enough to break the back of any business enterprise operating in Ghana currently. And that is why I say you are survivors, to consider that you are still standing, and I'm sure that you will survive. The whole atmosphere of uncertainty and the associated pain being inflicted on Ghanaians and business could have been avoided entirely if the government had listened to the red flag warnings about the increasing and reckless borrowing that was taking place from 2017. Even worse was the bizarre dithering when it became clear that our economy was heading for a crash and that urgent steps were needed to be taken to save it. Top, decisive, and timely actions were delayed in favor of misguided quick fixes. For instance, government resorted simply to deficit financing from the Bank of Ghana, which was accompanied by printing of more currency notes. In conclusion, we must always remind ourselves of two English sayings, that the darkest hour is before the dawn, and every cloud has a silver lining. Indeed, there's a silver lining in all this. As stakeholders, we must continue to engage and share ideas as we strive to meander through these turbulent waters. Government's assessment suggests that the current economic conditions will be resolved in about 10 years. I believe that if we all put our shoulders to the wheel, with you, the private sector, leading, with prudent economic management and good governance, we would be able to turn this economic crisis around much earlier than government has projected. Working together, we can build the Ghana we want. And so I wish you the best in this festive season. A Merry Christmas to you and a happy and prosperous New Year.